Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, I thought there was going to be a reverb for a second. That's why I was like trying to listen.
I know. I looked. It was like, oh God, do I have it open on here somewhere?
It was like double chiming, like when it was going off. I'm like, somebody's got their mic on or something. But what's up? Let me say hi. Okay, so I don't know if any of my wrenches want a promotion, but I'm thinking instead of the painful roll call process by me going through every comment to see who we are, if one of the wrenches wants to be like head have attendance, it's a title. You can put that on a business card and just maybe gets everybody in the room and says, okay, here's a list. Just throwing
Are they
it out
getting
there.
graded? Are the attendants getting a grade based on this?
Roll call.
It's just like it's like an honor, and that's pretty much like the only reward. So if anybody wants to sign up for that, inquire within, and we're looking for applicants. So with that being said, hey JC, Denise, Susan, Addie, Drea, Chantel, Barbie, Heaven, although I'm doing pretty well tonight. I'm not.
You are.
I just jinxed myself. Ann's, Barbie, MG, and there it goes. See, I had to say something. Heidi, oh, you're here, Heidi. Hi, Heidi, again. Addie.
Hi.
Dreamsicle. Ellie, Bird, G Sassy. Dorit. Digital Pen, Big Bad Wolf, LaDonna, Lisa J, Susan, Brooke, Jewel, Shirori, Christina, Susan D. I think I said it already. Positive Paula, Grammy. Oh, wow. Simply Sava, April Rain, Moni. Okay, and JG, the enforcer, coming in.
And Lisa,
bringing it into the rear. There we go. What's up, everybody? Cassie, hi.
Hello.
All right, so the Sunday's episode was like kind of fun, and I was kind of bored at certain points. So let's play the intro and get into it.
Yes, he's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Ooh, look at that! Okay, so who do we want to talk about first?
Me. Yeah, Cody.
The latest member of the show, yes.
Yes, Ella, and Johnny. Yes.
All right, Ella. Okay, so at first glance, I'm like, okay, she's a character. She has like the mannequin with the samurai, and like I'm like, oh my god, it's like Kill Bill. Like the last time I saw a woman holding a samurai sword was when I watched Kill Bill, and it's actually playing on the plane when we came back from Vegas, so I just recently watched it again. So she's out there.
I do have to say, she did get her dark crystal that she went out to go fight for. That's what she said.
God.
She certainly marches to the beat of her own drummer.
Mm-hmm.
She does.
And
I like her.
what are you guys' first thoughts on her?
I definitely like her a lot. I think she's got an interesting personality. I mean, does she have issues? Well, yeah. She wouldn't be on the show otherwise. I mean, come on. But no, I think she's going to make things interesting for us. So,
Heidi?
I thought I was
Okay,
watching
ask.
an episode of My 600-Pound Life with the way she started crying about, always being teased as a child and food is her comfort. That's what I thought I was watching at first.
Oh.
I said, wait a minute, this is my signal.
Oh.
well, the producers had to go and ask those questions to like just poke at her buttons there and get her going with that. So,
Oh my
right,
God.
so-
But the
She's a cosplayer.
maybe it'll attract that audience as well. Maybe
The
that's
cosplayer audience.
there's the
600-pound life.
cosplayer audience, the curvy life audience, all of this business. So.
Yep.
Wait, Maggie just asked me to check my messages on extremely urgent 90-day fiance matters. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, it's major 90-day news. I think I know what it is.
Where? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, there's something going on about Sinjin
Okay, don't bring that up.
Yeah. So and yeah, that's. But Maggie, you're not the first person to message me about it. I don't know what to think of it, and
Yeah,
there's like some
we're
stuff
gonna talk
going on.
behind stage. I'm gonna talk to you
Yeah.
behind
So
stage.
Well, I want to know.
I don't know
about
anything about it right now, and but I did the accusations are bad. But I also spoke to the
John, check the private chat.
okay.
Hold on, I'm sending it. Okay.
Now we all got serious.
Uh-oh.
Jeez. How do you get to the private chat? I don't even know how to do any of that. Oh,
The
there it is.
private chat.
See where it says comments? Then the private chat tab is next to it.
Hold on. Now I'm typing.
Tension builds.
I'm
I
typing
feel like
it
when
for
we're in like
you.
like when you're in the office and like someone's bothering you, a coworker, so you just start texting your other coworker, like on the other side of you, and like you just like can you believe this bitch right now? Won't you?
Yeah, that's what we
That's
do.
what I
We
feel like we're
talking
doing
about
right
each
now.
other. Okay, there we go. So we can.
Okay,
talk
so
about anything.
I'm just gonna not talk about this for right now until I know more about it, because it seems like it's very messy and possibly legal. So,
Uh-oh.
but yeah, whatever. Okay, back to the show.
Back to the show.
So, she's got a samurai sword. How do we get back gracefully? She's had no luck dating guys in Idaho. She lives in a purple palace.
course.
She did have issues in high school. I felt bad for her. And then her perfect man has red hair, green eyes, and I guess a fox demon inside of him.
Anime. I forget which anime thing, but yeah, that's an anime thing.
And that's her perfect man. But of course, if she can't get that, it would be somebody Asian. And they've been dating for 6 months and talking for a year and a half. So, what do we think of Johnny? Johnny's 34. It's only a 5-year age gap, so that's pretty tight in the world of 90 Day Fiance. That's almost like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a user.
Yeah, it tips that way in appearance right now. I'm hoping, obviously. You always hope that it's not that ever. But I don't know. I know that at one point in the episode, there was some commenting from her friends that, well, it's a little suspicious that he's going to leave his child and come over here for a few months. That's not the part, because I wouldn't bring my child to meet a stranger and hang out with a stranger in a completely foreign country, let alone across the street, if I want to get to know somebody. So that's not the part that makes me suspicious. It's just more how he's wording stuff. I don't know. But it could just be a cultural difference in communication. I don't know. But if you were going to go...
That just took me out.
Yeah. The fact that she's gotten used before by people, that's the thing that says a lot.
Yes.
That she doesn't pick up on the signs. So I think that's where my bigger tell is with that.
Okay, so what signs should she pick up on? Somebody that you've been talking to for a year and a half, that you were a potential, then you became a girlfriend, and then he calls you, "Hey baby, I love you." And what signs? You don't know her.
Well, this is the thing. Until you meet in person, people can say anything. It doesn't make it real, and it doesn't make it not real either. It's tricky, because how many of us have been through a relationship at some point where we didn't see something and we look back and go, oh, and especially if you have massive insecurities.
And she has massive insecurities. Massive insecurities. Massive. And I'm reading this just like John is. Red hair, green eyes equals Asian. And I'm trying not to laugh.
It's like I can't. I have the giggles. I can't stop laughing over it. I'm gonna actually rename the title of this live to red. I'm gonna copy it. Red hair, green eyes equals Asian. That's once the live is over. I'm gonna retitle it to that, because I think that's like the best title ever. I'm taking a picture of it so I don't forget.
Yeah, but John, but you might get people might say, "Oh, John's making fun of Asian people." So
yeah, I was gonna say, I could see that going very wrong.
Funny. Yeah, you might want to be careful.
And I got the council took me out. They vetoed my because we have checks and balances here in Yates World. So just like just like
Oh no,
the government, we have
Asian man, white woman. You remember? That's the website she went
Yeah,
to.
I was gonna say that's the website, right?
Yeah, Asian man, white woman.
Now, I will say one of the things I like about this storyline, because Asian men have forever been so emasculated, this is a good one. And the fact they have this woman that's like saying, I want my Asian prince. Like, I think this is very good. Hopefully, he does not disappoint everyone in his bad example. It's like, please, God.
I'm from Long Island, just with Mish, and I lived in Brooklyn, so I got you, girl. I know.
So
I hear you.
I'm looking at the side. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be politically correct here. We have an Asian man. We all know what they say. If we don't, we're not going to discuss it. Then we have this healthy woman from Idaho Falls, Idaho, and you're saying that you hope he doesn't disappoint her.
Are there any Idahoans in the chat? Because I have a question, just a general question about
It's an hour away from me.
Well,
Idahoan
way.
culture. Because the only other cast member from Idaho I know is Flower Power and Patchouli over from Seeking Sister Wife, and they had very Patchouli. It's just it's very just an alternate life, kind of like this, like her with the cosplay with the purple house slaying dragons, and then they had Flower Power and Peace, and it's
very
Portlandia. It's all of Idaho. It's people just they're like, we don't care, it's Idaho, so we're just going to do what we want to do.
Serious. If it wasn't snowing, I was going to go. Idaho Falls is maybe an hour away from me. It's right past Coeur d'Alene. I came through Idaho Falls and I saw the heart. I want to go find this woman. I really do, because
that's the only three things. Well, and the third thing I know about Idaho is that where they that's where Napoleon Dynamite was from. So it's I don't have a great outlook on Ohio. Idaho.
Ohio, yes.
Ohio.
Exactly. That's where I'm going to start. That's where I live now. That's where I'm moving to.
Oh my God, but John, come on. This can't. Okay, the storyline alone just made me laugh. Seriously. We have the Asian man, the white woman, as the website said. We have the the robust get 'em cowgirl, writing. And they got so much in common because he's an Asian guy that likes Western, and she's a white woman that likes Asian culture. They have a lot in common, a whole lot. Mm-hmm.
This is like a Fox sitcom from 1988. Imagine.
Well, I think the thing about that, if I was to try and look at the positive of that, I guess it's they both find each other's cultures, even though she's not directing at a Chinese culture specifically, but they find each other's cultures fascinating. So as long as it's not an even trade-off where I don't want to have anything to do with my own culture, I want to only be in this culture, then that could become a conflict. But if they want to have
in common,
right? So if they could have it that we're sharing each other's cultural interests in each other's cultures, that could be a good thing.
But is she going to expect him to dress as a samurai all day long?
Probably.
Is it going to be in the gear and with that metal shaped
John,
out?
so when they show the samurai,
well, she's into cosplay. It would make her very happy for someone else to do the same.
And she'll go to the supermarket with him, dressed as a samurai in that metal-y type of suit, right?
Oh my God, I don't think he wants to dress.
And people in Idaho would be like, "Oh, check out this samurai, cool." It wouldn't even be shocking to anybody.
Well, if he dresses up like a cowboy, as long as it's a character, I think it'll be fine. So
he may have a John Wayne complex.
Exactly,
Hey,
he may have a John Wayne complex.
Yeah,
but. Think about it, okay? He wants to come here. He's going to leave his son and come here to be with her for 3 months. Do you really think he's going to want to wear that samurai costume? Because when they showed that picture of the guy with the sword, I was actually trying to see if that was Johnny. They had him dressed up or not to see if that was him.
And let's circle back to them like being in a supermarket. You could see him like using his swords, like pick like a good apple, like stab it with the sword. You know, like come on.
Well, if they go to the cheese department, they don't have to have them cut it for them. They could just, oh, it's okay. We'll take care of it. Right here. It's
Right,
fine.
like I like some steak. No, let me back there. I'll chop this up lickety
I'll
split.
chop it up
You know,
myself.
I'll just I'll cut my own parts of the.
No,
of the
he's going to cook healthy for her, though. He's going to cook healthy for her. Because all Asian people eat a lot of vegetables. I was like, oh, okay. Because they eat nothing but vegetables. So it's healthy. Mm-hmm.
Not
oh my God,
100%.
That's what
April.
she said.
But
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
better than the American diet, I will say that, but not completely a total fact.
Oh my God, you're
That's
my
what she
people.
said, like it was a fact. I was
Yeah.
like,
April,
oh,
John Belushi
okay.
is the samurai deli guy on SNL.
Oh, I love John Belushi when he played the samurai. I love John Belushi. But she said it as
Oh
fact.
my God.
Oh, and then her poor mother. So what do we think about mommy?
I think I like her mother's attitude that she's like, this is probably going to go wrong, and I just got to be there for her. I don't want to see it go wrong, but I don't have a great feeling because she has a bad track record, which could also work against things if the guy is a good catch,
Yes,
and is
that's true.
honorable. So
Mm.
And where are they meeting? Because she can't go to China.
he's coming
He's coming
here.
to Idaho Falls.
Mhm.
Oh, he's going to Idaho Falls.
So he
Yeah,
gets
he's
to be a
gonna stay with her and her
cowboy.
roommate. Yeah, he's gonna stay with her and her roommate.
So it's like before the 90 days, the other way in reverse type of
Yes.
situation.
Well, usually
Mhm.
they all came here. So, but he gets to actually be a cowboy now, for real.
Oh,
Yep.
and he's gonna
Now,
work for
think
women?
about it. Is his fantasy going to meet the reality of going on there and trying to corral all the horses? Because
Yep.
just like Jovi and all them, they're going to make him work on the farm. Like that mom
No,
is
I want
probably
to be a
gonna,
cowboy because I know I look good in a white Stetson, but then I ain't gonna want to do any of that.
yeah. If he's, has he ever been on a horse? Like, has he ever had to run around on a horse?
No,
It's a
he said
different
he's
thing.
looking forward to writing, to helping her out. He likes that she's a hard-working woman. He likes that she's a hard-working woman. Which
Yeah, I can
what does
understand.
Johnny do? That he's going to take 3 months off. What does Johnny do?
Yeah, do we know what he does for work?
I have no.
I have no idea because
knowledge
they
from
never
that.
said. But what does Johnny do that he can take 3 months off? And but she can't go to China, but he can come here.
Yeah, because I could think with the pandemic, that's why she can't go there. That was
Yeah,
the
but
reason, yeah.
why can't he come here? Why are they allowing him here when we can't go?
Because she said
there?
he has to travel for his work. That's why the child is staying with the grandparents, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. So,
So
was
maybe
red
he has a
flag
good
right there.
gig. Maybe he doesn't.
Okay, that's a red flag right there. Right there. Where's the mother?
Well,
That
we
is
see
another-
like next week that the mom's like, well, is she like, what does she say? Does she?
No, the little boy's mother.
Yeah, where's the little boy's mother?
No, like Johnny's mom. Doesn't she question him about her? And he's like, oh, well, you know how Americans are. They eat chocolate and desserts.
She's not wrong.
Like all Asian people eat nothing but vegetables.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Like,
But yet she's not totally wrong. So neither statement is totally wrong. It's just not 100%.
Mm.
So I think they will be super interesting. Wow, it's already 20 minutes and we're still on them. Okay, so they're going to be fun. Can't wait to see more of them.
Oh, but wait a minute. Can we just talk about their sex thing, please? How she'd never been naked on camera, or she's never, but they do it. But but he touches himself as she's.
I tried to wash that out of my memory yesterday. When I heard it, and now
Ah.
I thought I was that close to getting away with not talking about it.
Well, it's, them and the other couple with sexy time,
Yeah, well, we gotta
And
talk about sexy time.
That's
Well,
like when you the 5-minute rule when in college when the professor's not there and he walks in like at 4:58 and you're like,
I'm sorry.
okay,
John.
I mean,
so
I would
take
wanna
the dog, and
I would want to believe if I had an overseas relationship, which I just can't picture doing. But if I did, I'd want to believe that on camera, I'm not going to do that because unless you know for a fact you can trust this person who might be recording this, then maybe that's not a good idea. Just saying. She might have an OnlyFans page and not even know about it. So
I just think it's so scary. Like once you take a picture or you take a video like that, now then it's out there, and I don't care. Like, thank God that I've been with him for like 14 years, and I haven't had the urge to whatever. But like you might when you do something like that, you might as well just say, it's gonna be out there at one point or the other.
Yeah, I've seen more 90-day naked nastiness than I've ever wanted to see in the last year and a half. I can't take no more.
there's going to need to be a support group for that for everyone who's watched. Just even hearing about it is like, really? Oh, wait, now I can't unhear this.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought up sexy time. I'm so sorry.
It was just, it was really hard to digest last night. And I'm like, but yeah, so she's putting herself out there. So good for her.
Yes, she is.
And I can't wait.
Trying. She's not giving up.
But I feel like she's going to use him as like an adult, like G.I. Joe Barbie doll type of thing, where she's going to dress him up. Then I don't know. I feel like they might go to like Six Flags and he'll be like dressed as Pikachu. I don't know, just something.
I don't know, but she might have ordered him a little doggy hat too. Who knows? I'm just done.
Or like Hello Kitty. Like I just see her like being like, just this poor man's probably just going to be like her fantasy here. And he's like, but I don't want to dress up as Samurai Sam or Pikachu every night.
Well,
maybe in the bedroom I could put the ears on. But
he's gonna be Woody from the Toy Story.
We'll see. Let's see how it goes. All right. So are we good with them now? Can we move on?
Yeah, I think I've covered everything. Okay, let's go.
Let's see somebody. I don't know. What do we think? Should we do Memphis and Hamza?
Yeah. Hamza, yeah.
Yeah, because they do sexy time, so that's a good segue.
Yeah, it's a good segue. So sexy time continued.
Yes.
And I mean, they really didn't have much airtime. She's flying to Tunisia. Then they go 24 hours before, so we see a little bit of Hamza's first time on air and what he has to say. So he's 28. He's into kickboxing. He's really good looking. That's my. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, HVAC. Yeah, got you. Okay, let's go.
He prefers a plump girl with a sexy body.
Mm-hmm.
He lives with his parents because that's their culture, that you live with your parents until marriage.
Yep,
Backstory, his mom divorced the dad when I believe he was 10.
Yeah.
And that's, taboo back like it used to be here, like in the 30s.
Yeah.
So because of that, she's had a hard time finding work because she's like labeled as like, like she's casted out.
You're kind of like damaged goods at that point.
Yeah. And so that's a little depressing. So the mom raised Hamza and his sister, and they all still live together. But I like the mom because usually, this isn't the first time we've seen someone going to an Arabic country. And usually, like I remember Nicole the first time she was over there. Let's have sex. I love you, Nicole, but you did. So, and then she would get pissed when they wouldn't hold hands, and she couldn't. So
yeah.
I hate to say her name, but Brittany and that catastrophe.
Yeah, the history of disrespecting other people's cultures episode. Yes.
Okay.
But I had to say, like, his mom is pretty cool. I'm like, I like his mom. She's like, down to earth, but still, follows procedure. But I think she's like, in their world, she's probably like super lib. That's how I see it. Like, cause she is like kind of cool. She wants her to be happy. She likes her. She's, wants to make sure she can cook. What are you guys' thoughts?
I like the fact that she's seen the pictures of her, seen how skimpily she dresses. She's realistic, but she's not saying she's a bad person because of it. You know what I mean? Like, she's cool. She's realistic, and she's not being demanding. But when he brought up the thing about them sleeping together before marriage in the same room, her approach wasn't to rip him a new one, her approach was, well, no, of course not. But she's calm, So it'll be interesting to see when she and Memphis get together in the same room, if it still stays that way. But so far I like her. And I like him for admiring his mom, and I like that he also accepts so far what we seem to see Memphis for who she is. Now, how true that is in the big picture and in person is another story. But he seems like he has the potential of respecting her culture when he's here. Over there, it'll be a different story. And does she respect his? So we'll have to see what happens. But
okay, can I speak now? Okay. First of all, he has a problem with her sleeping with so many men. The only one I think works in that house is his sister Rowan. The mama doesn't work. He doesn't work. I would be happy for Memphis to marry my son too, because she can take care of all of us. And I'm just saying.
And Memphis is a
nurse practitioner.
Like, one step below
Next
doctor.
step to a doctor. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I see this whole thing crumbling. She already wants sexy. I just don't see it. And one thing I will say, they stay true, is the fact that they shouldn't sleep with anyone until they're married. So that's a Tunisian thing. Okay, that stayed true too. But it took me back to what Azin's mom, when she didn't want to be on camera because of her religion. But Hamza's mom is all over the camera. So is she trying to get him? Is she trying to get an American husband too? I mean, so he can take care of her? She's all over the camera.
Or she just doesn't mind it. Who knows? But I don't think it wasn't Azin's mom. It was Brittany. Wait,
it was Azin.
Yazin.
No,
wait. Yeah.
Azin was with Nicole. Azin's family was actually
Hassan.
Nicole's Azin. Like, his family was nice to Nicole.
Yes.
They weren't really. They were nice. A lot nicer than I gave them, credit for, because they actually welcomed her. It seemed genuine, anyways. Brittany,
Heidi, I totally.
Yavin's family wanted to send Brittany on the closest rocket and far away.
Far away. Yeah.
But Heidi, I totally agree with you about the lack of working, and it does beg a question: why? Why are they not working?
I'm serious. I mean, because the mom, but the mom gets him up, makes his bed, does his laundry, fixes him breakfast, and then he sits there and go, "No, I'll eat later. I woke up late." Okay, I got a problem with him as a son. He can't be in my house.
But don't forget Rebecca and what's his name? Ziad. Remember when they got into the fight because Rebecca wanted to wear a leather jacket, and he disrespected the culture hard. Like, they had a big blowout. I can't believe I forgot about Rebecca. Good old Rebecca giving.
No, we haven't forgotten about her.
Backdoor Jolene's chicken, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why she got fired.
I just think it's weird, but the mom, she's willing to let her stay there in the other room.
Sorry.
Yep, and she put the sheets on the bed with the cows and whatever else. And I'm waiting to see next week. I just can't wait for this episode. I really can't.
Because whatever niceness is there, is it going to last when they're all in the same room together?
I think it is.
So.
Okay.
Because the mom's already accepted that, like, they're getting married. She's like cool with it.
Yep. She's accepted the fact that she's got a daughter-in-law that's going to take care of her. And all of it. That's what she's accepted.
Like, I've never seen someone so not opposed to marriage before. Like, you
hurry up, son, marry her.
Like, girl, I got you. You just can't sleep with my son until you get married. So get married quickly.
Yep, hurry get married. Just get on out the house.
Well, he did make the statement he wants to come over here and send money back to help his mom out, which,
I mean, it's altruistic. I mean, if the storyline holds, but then we just saw how, the family Chantel faked that ginormous thing. So we'll see. Like, that's why, like, I think everyone's faith is, like, kind of shattered with, so if they could make something as horrible as Pedro crying, and, like, I watched the clips today, like, give that, like, does he know Meryl Streep? Is she giving him acting
Oh
lessons?
my
Because
god. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
he should really be like an actor
Oh,
because
He could be if he's able to channel and pull his,
yep,
pain up, on demand there. Then
yep,
yeah,
yep. Thank
he's an
you,
actor.
April. April
you
said,
know.
yeah, the mom did get her flowers. Those were beautiful flowers. I want to know how much they cost. I'm just saying. The flowers were gorgeous that the mom bought for him to give to her. I mean, I think Larissa wanted Colt to give her flowers too, but he never did. So
And I
sorry.
bet you that's why Nicole refused to go because she's like, I'm not getting stuck in this shit. And I've never liked Nicole for 1 second, and it's
Never
the first
liked her.
time I was ever.
Never.
I'm like, you get it, Nicole, right
Never
on,
liked her.
because that's how I would have played it if I knew that already happened and they're making a thing of this. I'd be like, I'm gonna sit this one out. Good luck with it, and let me see how it turns out. And
Oh
that's what
no.
happened.
Oh, I thought you meant Nicole and Azza. No, I like
No,
Pedro's
I'm
sister
about. I'm
Nicole.
sorry. I was back on Pedro and Chantel.
Okay, no, I like Pedro's sister Nicole. She gangster. I like her.
I like
She
her now.
gangster.
Her stock just rose in my books for the first time ever. So we'll see.
Mm.
Are we good with them? Memphis, Hamza?
Yeah.
Oh, so he lied to her. So she's expecting they're going to go home, back to the house, and
Have
get
sexy
their
time.
sexy time on. And for the and then Hamza
Yeah,
had
she
a
did. Yeah,
tell
she
her.
did say it's going to be a problem if we don't have our sexy time. So,
Before we get
So,
married.
right.
Really? Really?
I mean, it's like she wants to give it a test ride. I don't blame her. I mean,
Don't you think
like
she knew
that's
that
why you
before
test
she went
drive
over
cars.
there? It's against their religion to sleep with someone.
And so
on
is
children
it. So
night.
is it being Catholic.
That's true too. And God knows, John, we have sinned. But no, I've been married twice, so I'm not fornicating anymore because I've had the privilege of being married.
But if you are getting involved with someone who, in the religion, that is an important thing, you do sort of have to accept that either you can go with this or you're trying to then convince them to go against something that means something to them. So that there's a compromise somewhere.
Somebody has to make the compromise. And I
Right.
feel that she thinks she has because she done flew all the way to Tunisia and she wants some sexy time.
She's acting like a guy that takes you out to dinner and expects you to put out just because they bought you food. So.
I just don't think
depends on how
she's
much
going to
they
react the same way like as Brittany did, because Brittany was just disrespectful. I mean, I think that Memphis is going to be a lot. I think she's actually going to jive well with his mom because the mom's already seems like she's genuine, and Memphis has got a good head on her shoulders. So if her and the mom go at it, then like there's game afoot. I call bullshit. Let me just throw it out there if that happens because I can't see it. The mom's. I want his mom as my mom. Comes in,
Yeah, I like his mom.
wakes you up, does your laundry, cooks you food, hugs you, kisses you, wants the best for you. Cool about your girlfriend. Like that's a pretty cool mom.
Yeah,
and still has her values.
No, I'm just a little worried about Memphis because I think she's looking for love or acceptance, and she said that her self-esteem is low, and she keeps going back to her childhood. But to me, and I'm gonna say it again, I think she's been a hell of a selfish. She's thinking about herself and not about bringing this man around her kids that they don't know, especially her 13-year-old daughter. You don't know nothing about this man except for your sexy time, because that's the only thing you can understand when you're talking. But he seems to speak English when he's talking to her, so I don't know.
I don't want to offend anybody. It's just a question I have. Times have changed since I've been in high school or been 20. Is it still isn't it just generally disrespectful? And I don't know now to ask if I knew if I said, oh, I'm going to have someone sleep over, I would have gotten slapped in the head as a kid. No.
Times have changed on that, but not with
have changed, John.
But yeah.
I wouldn't even dare, ask that.
Yeah, no, in my
I don't want to be in a room that shares a wall with my parents, getting down and dirty. But that's me. I don't know.
But no, it's become a more accepted thing that people allow their kids to have, you know, the son's girlfriend to sleep over, which I still have a little bit of an issue because it's like you have someone else's minor kid in there. Like, don't you bear some responsibility if something goes wrong? Like, you know. But yeah.
All I know is when my son had his prom, the girlfriend slept over, but I slept in the family room. He was in his room, she was in the other room, and I'd be damned if I went to sleep at all that night. I was
And like the prom's like a special like thing, you know, like that I can see. Like,
Yes,
you know,
totally.
that's fine.
Mhm.
You know, or like a big school thing and everybody, you know, I'm just saying like specifically to come over and like, hey, just, you know, letting you know Michelle's coming over tonight and we're gonna be
well, I'm just
so
yeah.
like, you know, like
I'm
me
glad
being
my son's
17,
room was on the
like
opposite
no.
side.
I mean, no. Like that's like what the backseat of your car is for, like when you're a teenager.
Oh my God,
Like,
not the
have to work for
backseat of the car. No, I'm serious. I guess when Nathan got to be 19, 20, he's in college, his little girlfriend would come and spend the night, but he was on the other side of the house. But I don't know. He would just say, yo, Tanisha's coming over. I'm like, uh-huh. And he was like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna bring her home. I said, uh-huh. So I would get up and I would go knock, and they'll be in there playing games. They're just playing games. I mean, I had an issue with it, but my son was 19, 20. So in college, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
I know I've totally crossed sides. Like now I'm like the old curmudgeon. I'm like,
It's a tricky
you know,
subject.
It is really tricky. You know, it's like, okay, he's 19, 20, but yeah, you're still under my roof. You're in college. You know, it's just like, yeah, okay.
Mm.
So
it'd be embarrassing for me. And like, you know, then like dad, like, oh, did you need like prophylactic, son? No, like, is that how it is these days? Like,
no,
I don't know.
my son embarrassed me. John, you met Nathan. We were in the store one day and we were at the register. He picks up, he goes, I forgot. I need some magnums. I'm like, magnums? And I was like,
Oh, God.
he
That's
was
like
being
something else I
funny.
wouldn't say in front of my mom.
No, he was being funny. And I just, my whole face just went, oh my God. And the woman at the register cracked up. And I was like, boy, he was like, Mom, just joking. I'm just joking. I was like, oh God.
I don't even think I would have made that type of joke in front of my mom. Was pretty well. My mom was wild. We all know that. So I don't know. It's weird to me. And maybe because my grandparents raised me, and like, you know, I think I have like an old soul. So
I would tell them all, wrap it up in foil paper, put some saran wrap around it, wrap it again in some foil, some more saran wrap, and then put a condom on. That's what I told my sons. I'm like, I'm serious.
Scotch tape, yeah.
You know, just make sure it stays on. And they just looked at me. I was like, I'm just telling you what you need to do these days because these little nasty girls are not nice.
So are we good with Memphis and Hamza?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right. We gotta pick up the pace. Okay.
Let's go.
So let's go to all right. I got Caleb, Alina, Kim, Usman. All right, let's Jesus, what a mix. Let's do Kim and Usman.
I knew you would say that.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm just hold on. So
you got a drink?
I don't know. I might have to do a shot real quick.
Oh my God. Usman's smile lights up my whole world. Not.
Okay, no, I need I don't want to smoke on camera. So I got like my little vapor. So because this is gonna take some energy. So here we go. So not baby girl Kim. So I talked to Kim for like a second yesterday because I put her in my story and she reshared it. And she goes, don't call me baby girl Kim. Only one person has that title and she deserves it. And I said, okay, I won't call you baby girl. I go, it's gonna be hard for me not to say, but I'm like, okay. And out of respect to Lisa too, I won't call her baby girl Kim. I think I'm gonna call her not super fan Kim now.
No, not potential. No, potential.
No,
Kim.
not super fan. Not super fan, but potential girlfriend Kim. Is that better?
Yes, that'll work. Give her
Yeah,
that
we'll all
long
say that
version.
real quick off the top of our mouth. Yes.
Not
I
super
already
fan, but
forgot.
potential
it,
girlfriend, Kim.
so I couldn't even repeat it myself. Not potential something Kim. So she is she's at arriving at the airport, and then she's at the taxi driver. She's like, I'm alone and have nobody here, so make sure you just don't like take me somewhere.
That was-
I paraphrased there, but that was kind of what she was putting
and
out
you're
in the
driving down this
universe.
country road, and I'm here. Yeah, okay. They had to be part of the crew because the cameras and everything were already in the car, so they were part of the crew. They were part of production.
Well, I love the army comment. And she's like, I could kill you with my bare hands. You know, we do that. You know that, right?
Yeah. And she did fight in Desert Storm, so thank you. And
Thank you, Kim.
and that place that she okay.
Potential.
Let's talk
That
about
resort is
the
nice.
resort. We're nice. I was like, dang. Okay, so and then she got the honeymoon suite of that place. So that was like, that wasn't cheap.
No.
I would love to know how much that cost.
I'm thinking she sold that fedora, and then she has a fake one sitting there because it was worth.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Did you choke?
You're lucky I didn't spit that all over the floor. Her Michael Jackson fedora.
I think she sold it, and she has a
She
fake
might have.
one sitting there.
That's what's going through my head. Is like, you might not be wrong.
I mean, listen. It could be because that place did not look cheap. Can somebody get me a price of how much the honeymoon suite cost at that resort for like how long? A week, 2 weeks? How long?
Yeah, that's right. She's
was
not there
for
3 days.
weeks. She was going to be there for 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks.
I mean, that did not look cheap. So
Nope.
they're there, and it's like
Tanzania. I'm gonna have to look it up.
it's Eden pretty much. Was looking like for Adam and Eve to be running around with apples and shit like that, running around. But so they're there, and she picked the honeymoon suite for herself because she is now, guys. Kim was a super fan, so let's just get this title stuff right. She was a super fan, and then Usman started talking to her, and they are at this arrangement where she is no longer super fan Kimberly. She is now not super fan, but potential Kimberly.
Kimberly. No, Kimberly.
Okay, so I mean, I have to give her credit for getting the honeymoon suite, bold move. Like that is that's putting it all out there. And
Really?
I don't think I could ever be that. And I'm a bold guy. You all know me. I
Really?
don't think I could do that. Hey, Pink Flamingo. So good. She's like, listen, we're in Zanzibar. We're gonna do it right, and I'm laying it all out there.
I thought
And
they
not
were in
only
Tunisia. There is, not Tunisia. Damn.
Tanzania,
Tanzania. You said Zanzibar. I'm like, huh? Wait a minute.
but they're in Zanzibar, in Tanzania.
In Tanzania, yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I just keep seeing Usman's face all over these shirts. Okay, I'm listening.
Yes.
Every shirt she has a picture of this man. So telling me she's not a super fan?
He and Ziad should get together. Yeah.
And then even his IG page with the one that I don't know if he's running, Soldier Boy, they said no matter what, she's always going to be a super fan. So on the show, you're saying she's not a super fan, but the other day you posted she's a super fan. Make up your mind. Which one is she?
Okay, so can we talk about his facial expressions when they met for the first time? Because I counted about 10 eye rolls that he gave.
You took a picture? I was.
I put it in my story. I'm like, oh my god, look at his face. I felt bad for Kim because that can't be easy to watch.
She didn't see it. All she saw was
she saw it on Sunday night when that show aired.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way around that.
But did she see it or did she deny it to herself?
She denied it to herself because all she heard him was calling her name and that smile of his that lights up the world. But that's all she saw. She didn't hear nothing. She didn't look at. All she saw was Usman, Soldier Boy, who's not quite up there with Michael yet, but one day he will be. That's all she saw.
Mhm.
That's all she saw.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I want to like Kim. I do, because I feel like Kim and Lisa are like almost like the same person. Like they have boisterous personalities. They say what's on their mind. They have like really no filter. And like, hi, I'm like the same way.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know,
but Lisa didn't have low self-esteem. Kim does.
so there's like a lot of similarities between Kim and Lisa.
But I do like her as a personality. She is fun. She's fun for TV.
Yeah.
You know, she has fun little things she says.
Yeah, I'll give her that. Okay.
You know, Lisa was always a riot
And
to
she's
talk
not
to.
acting so far. She's not acting hateful.
Not yet. Don't call me that.
Oh, it's coming. I mean, if you didn't see like the
It's
first
coming.
one,
It's
She can
coming.
kill you with her bare hands. Watch out. You know.
but you know, and but you know, she seems so smart, and she obviously has money. Like, you know, why would she want to portray herself? I don't know.
She
I didn't
obviously
try to
has
be mean.
what
I
when
just
she said she
it's,
dipped into her savings and it was out of her range, but she decided to splurge. I told you she sold that Michael Jackson fedora. I'm telling you, or she pawned it. I'm telling you, she did something.
did it come with like a certificate of authenticity? I wonder.
Yes, if you notice when she picked up the glass and she picked up the hat, there was that letter of authenticity right underneath it. Mm-hmm.
Like the Franklin Mint gives you.
Oh, I don't know what I've never ordered that junk.
All right, so we talked about that, and then they go over to some place, and it's Usman. So Usman's two friends finally, it's their first encounter with Kim, and Kim, you only have one chance to make a first impression, and not
I'm
great.
sorry.
Not like, but what the guy said, he goes like, you know, so you're a super fan, Kim, and like, you know, if I would be annoyed too.
No,
He goes,
said,
"Hey,
"Hi,
super fan."
Yeah,
He's
like
a
that
hi,
was
super
like
fan.
Yeah, he
You
was
know.
trying to be a jerk. That was for
he
sure.
was, and I can get why Kim would get annoyed, because I would certainly be bothered by that.
Oh my God. Lisa sent an IG message to Kim saying that she had Usman the first night. Well, she did.
This is true.
Wait, she did have Usman the first night?
Yeah. Oh,
Lisa
yeah.
did.
There's a whole scene dedicated to that. Yes.
Wait, with Kim?
No, baby girl Lisa had Usman
Oh,
the
thinking
first
about
night.
Kim.
Yes.
So not Kim.
Not Kim.
Not Kim.
Lisa did.
Okay.
So Lisa was teasing Kim by telling her that she got Usman the first night.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? I think Lisa came over as more than a potential, right? Wasn't she like
Yep, she
girlfriend
was more than a
or
potential. She was
fiance
the
at that point
fiance.
when she came?
Yep.
I mean, Kim is just potential. Who Lord knows how many potentials there are.
Yep. And
I love how she
raw-dogged
says it
him.
back
Look,
to
and
him.
she
She goes,
raw-dogged
yeah.
him.
She's like, I'm his potential. Like, sure. We're not going to keep it there. It's going to become wife.
And again, I want to like Kim, but then I couldn't imagine being my age and saying to someone like, if Cody's sitting next to me and like he is like the prize, and I'm like fangirling, I'm like,
IG.
you know, like I'm a potential, you know, like how humiliating is that? Like, not even like you just flew halfway across the globe to and then to get the honeymoon suite with swans on the bed and rose petals, which was sad and funny at the same time. Is she gonna like keep the swan and the rose petals on the bed until they're ready to like do it? Or is she gonna sleep on the couch and not bother the swan and the rose petals? Or is she gonna get in the bed with the swan and the rose petals and just kind of like sleep like on the side of it so she doesn't upset the bed? So many questions I have about this setup.
Believe me, I was thinking that every time it was like the next day, and then it's still there. I'm like, huh, where did she sleep?
Reported. I'm sorry. Lisa said she got reported and blocked until 12:30.
She did. It's great.
I'm sorry. That's funny.
The hijinks are ready with this season. So, then they go back to the hotel suite in the again, honeymoon suite, where the swan, Usman's like, I was waiting for Kimberly to tell him, like, I'm pregnant. Like, it was just so, like, but instead of that, she showered him with a brand new MacBook
She
and
better call you
the
to ask how to
mythical
use it.
PS5 that nobody in the world can find.
Yep. He said that he was on a live yesterday, and he said that she wanted to gift him this. And I typed in the chat, I wouldn't have bought you a bag of chips. And he looked right at my comment, seriously, and he just went, and he read the one right underneath. I said, I wouldn't buy you a bag
Same
of chips.
flamingo. Yeah.
I felt bad for her when he was like all over the PS5 and then
Oh my God, yes.
waving towards her. It's like,
a PS5. It's like getting a unicorn. You know, it's like, whoa, really? This exists? We all live. Me and you live in like the greater. You live in the city. Like I'm in the greater New York City area. You can't find a PS5 anywhere. It's like it's legend. It's like Hercules and his PS5. You know that's like it. Like, you know, you can't find it anywhere. And there it is, PS5. Boom. I would be doing a dance of joy, like Balky from Perfect Strangers. That's how happy I'd be if I got a PS5. And I don't even want a PS5 because I'm good with my 4. But just saying, if I had gotten one, I'd be like, whoa. Like, yeah.
She was being
Whoa.
too generous, honestly. For the first time meeting someone, it's like, I don't know.
I'm just looking at his smile that lights up the world.
Yeah.
And how much is a PS5? Like $1,000, 800, like, or if
It
it's
depends
like
where you look, and it's somewhere between 500 to 900 and something or other dollars, depending on whatever details and whatever place.
And
So
the
it's
MacBook,
still-
which is like, you know, between like what, 1 and 2.
Depends if it's a refurb or brand new. I don't know what she got.
He had about the 3,000 worth of gifts.
That's insane.
I mean, there's
That's
a
what we
new
put in the hotel room.
that's thousands of dollars, so like tens of thousands of dollars too. I don't know which one she got him, but
You see, the MacBook Pro is the one that he had. The MacBook Pro is the one he had. You got me the MacBook Pro. Oh, you didn't. MacBook Pro.
Is that the better one?
Yes.
The Pro?
yeah.
He's got the Pro. So the MacBook Pro is 1,000, anywhere from 1,000, 13-inch. How big was the screen? 16 inches, $24.99. 13 inches, $12.99.
It looked more like a 16. It didn't look wide. The 17s are very rectangular looking.
Okay. So that's 16 inches right there, which is more than what he probably carries in his pants. So that's $24.99. What is going on, John? PS5.
No, it's Jazz. Don't throw me on. No, I'm throwing Jazz under the bus.
I didn't do it. It's people outside somewhere.
Jazz lives in Manhattan, so that's just normal. We tune it out. Like what's sirens? We don't hear that.
The PS5 is $694. Now, if you get the standard edition, if it's not on sale, it's $989.99. There we go. So that's I said,
a lot of money.
Over $3,000 in gifts.
That's a lot of money for a first date.
Listen, if Kim showed up to my house with the MacBook, which I need a new one, and a PS5, which is Myth of Legends, I would have fucked her. You know, I would have threw her a bang for that, because that would, you know, I can't believe Usman. Like, you know, you missed out, Kim, and like, you know, Kim's fine with being like a second wife. She can hop on over here. You know, it'll be a nice
wife. I'm the second wife. Damn, John, you forget.
Don't forget.
Well, yeah, wait. Don't we have a list of wives now? I don't even remember.
I don't know, but I'm the first wife. Cody's first. I'm the first spiritual wife. Monica's after me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may or may not be married to Julie and Brooke. I'm not sure.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I know JG is the babysitter. J_G is the nanny. We got it.
You know, you'll fit in. She's fine, and you know, it's good. So she spent a lot of money on him, and she got nothing for it. She's probably hoping the whole time, oh, why don't you play the PlayStation here, baby? I'll hook it up. I even got you this game.
She was buying it. That's what she was doing. She was trying to buy it, and it didn't work. He wasn't giving up the PP. He was waiting for Zara.
He hugged that PS5 like it was like a puppy, or or it was like, you know, Pedro finding his long lost half brother that he met 7 years ago. He just loved that. Loved it.
Yep.
That was like joy. He was like, a PS5. I'll be like the king of Africa. Like, I think I'm like the only person who has it. You can't find it in anywhere.
Yeah. I wonder if you know, you could see she was hurt by the fact that he was having such a big reaction to it, cuddling it, kissing it, and she didn't get anything other than, no, seriously, I will always appreciate this for the rest of my life. Like, well, yeah.
Yep, she wanted that kiss. She did. She was jealous of that PS5.
And she gave it to him. That's like the thing. It's like when you introduce somebody and like they steal your husband type thing. Like, you're like, oh. So Ew, hibbity bibbity. So are we good with them? Because we're at an hour and we still have a lot to go.
I don't know. Did we cover every? Oh, we forgot when he said, when she goes, well, you know, you can stay. He was like, no, I'm going to go to my room. After he got the gifts, he took the gifts and she opened the door for him.
Let me get that for you, baby.
It wasn't even a kiss goodnight. He didn't even kiss her on the cheek. Nothing. Nothing. She could have went out and bought Jesse for that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Really? That's, yes.
And who is the other girl, the blonde girl, like in the scenes for like next week, who says like, why is she here? Why is Kimberly here?
I think she's another artist or something.
She's an artist. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, she's an artist. She's an
artist. Has to be a throwdown somewhere, so that's how that's going to happen.
Yeah, that seems interesting. So we'll see. I mean, really, Kim just is like, she's almost like Lisa in every way. It really, he's got a type, Usman does. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and I hope that Kim gives him hell, because that'll be fun. So we'll see.
Okay, we're ready. If you're ready to move on.
All right, so who do we have left? Okay, so Gino and Jasmine, and do you want to do? Let's save them for last. Oh my God, Mike and Ximena. Let's do them. Okay, did you see the first scene when like he's like packing and his carpet and whoa? Did anybody pick up on that?
Yes.
Wait, what did he pack?
He was packing and like they showed his carpet and it was like yikes. Like it needs like a Stanley steamer, like super.
The kitchen,
like,
everything needs to be refurbished. Everything.
But I like him. Like he seems cute. You know, he's got the dad and the granddad, and they all seem like really tight. So he lands in the airport, and like there's nobody at that airport. There's like Tommy knockers, like barren. I'm like, what just happened? Aurora Borealis? Like, what's going on? Like,
it looked like during the pandemic.
And Cody's like, that the airport's closed. I'm like, no. I'm like, is it? You know, and then you see like the one person with one luggage, you know, waiting at baggage claim. I'm like, dang, that's like that airport is scary, like depressing and alone. But then she comes up. So let's talk about Ximena and her story, which is interesting. Ximena is 24, and she has 2 kids, 9 and 3, 2 boys. And so 24 minus, I guess, when she was 15. And she said her first son was a one-night stand, and then she never heard from him again or whatever. And then the second dad for the 3-year-old is in jail. Now, I was like waiting for like the music to start playing because just her like son's dad is in jail for like avenging the death of like his uncle. And he got a lot of time for it. But she loved him, and she would visit him regularly. And during the second visit, as she said, she lifted her legs up good, and she got pregnant by the Avenger in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is like, how is this not like a movie? I don't, or a TV show or a telenovela. I like, and but now she needs a man to take care of her because he's going to be in jail for a bit.
Mm.
Thoughts on that backstory?
Doo 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 doo. As I said, she's playing him. He bought the whole damn house, the sofa, the kitchen, the refrigerator.
Oh no, I wrote it down. Couch, dining room, fridge, stove, blender, microwave, coffee pot. Then not on top of that, because she's an out of work hairdresser, no, manicurist. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He
Rent.
also pays for her rent, her food, and
Mm-hmm.
gives her money.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck,
Uh-huh.
it is a duck.
He is a duck.
It is potentially a duck.
He's a sitting duck.
Yes, he's potential duck. Yes. Sitting
And
duck.
then to throw on to the top of it, she says that he's not attractive at all.
Nope.
And she likes tough guys like cops and firefighters and
Drug dealers.
Do you
right.
think she saw the firefighter photo first?
Cartelists, whatever, so and she's like, so he's not attractive, but he pays for me, so yeah. What a glowing testimonial of what true love is.
I know. I'm just so proud of the relationship that they have and what he has built. And if she's not, if he gets there and finds out that she's using him and she's not the person that she seems, well, yeah, she's going to be that person because you're going to buy her daddy number refrigerator too. He gonna probably buy the whole family furniture. So she gonna be that same person.
It's just something.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't. I could be wrong. Sure, but it just doesn't look good.
And how old is Mikey? I know I have it written down here somewhere.
He's 34. Hold on. I got my book. Hold on. Let me get to Mikey.
I have it in my book somewhere.
Hold on. Little Mikey is 34, and he's 5'4", and she's 24.
He also said this is the first time he's in love, right?
Yep.
Oh, so that makes him even
he's
more
10 years older.
Duck. Yeah. Because he may not have a concept of what the relationship is actually supposed to be, not just handing money over to someone.
Oh no, he has a concept that he's buying cheap toys because he done bought the refrigerator and stuff. So you got to go to a used store. I mean, what's that toy store? A flea market toy store to buy something for the kids. Well, he done bought everything else. But he probably bought the clothes she had on. Come on now, and the sandals.
It's an investment property that's
that's what it is. It's an investment.
I mean, she said she hasn't worked at all because of COVID and she can't do nails, but then she's practicing on like her family. Well, can't you like have people come to your house with a mask on?
That's what my brother-in-law did, and he didn't go back to the barbershop. He makes more money working on his own. My brother in New Orleans, by having people come, changed the living room around. He only has two. Yeah, I mean, she could work. She was doing her sister's nails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the customers usually, they don't like when places close down, and then they will go to wherever. Yep. Sit outside in the car, whatever it is.
Your turn.
Yep.
All right, so I think we're good with them. So the scenes for next week, they show like he gets introduced like to her whole extended family. There's like 30 people in a room, like in a circle. Looks like something like intervention, like waiting for Candy Finnegan to pop out. So and they're all making fun of him, calling him a tomato. So we'll see how this works out.
But wait a minute. Did she Did they show her meeting him at the airport? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think they just see her coming along, right? And then
Right. Yeah.
her story. But did we go back to the airport?
I don't think she picked him
I
up at. How did he get to the apartment? Well, she pays for it, so he has to know where she lives at. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think we just went to her story, and I don't think we got to them
He
meeting.
never went to the airport. He came out. He goes, if she's not here, and he's looking all around for her, and then you see 24 hours earlier, 48 hours earlier. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Gino and Jasmine and that mess.
And his hat.
So, like, first of all, Panama is so pretty. It looks like something out of Oz. Like it looks like it's like in the future, and like the Jetsons are there. I keep wanting to see like spacey sprocklet signs. It's so pretty. Like, why would you want to leave there? First of all, isn't it really pretty? Like, I'm like,
Beautiful.
dang. It looks like a crystal city. All the buildings, whatever. So, they're in a restaurant. Gino wants a hamburger.
He says his first Panama food.
He's like, I'm really immersing myself into the Panamanian culture. I'm gonna eat a hamburger with queso. Hola.
American cheese. Yes.
Oh my god. So at that dinner where Gino is fully immersed and eating just American burgers, they're going through each other's texts on their phones to see who they're talking to.
No, when they said Paul, I thought it was your Paul that was texting her, but it was Paulina.
And you knew that she was going to use that moment to set him up. And then now you showed me yours. I showed you mine. So.
Who's that bitch? I'm like, what?
And it's like, you have a friend request. And he's like, yeah, okay. You know, delete and block and block and delete. And, you know, who's this? It's...
Yeah, I will say from when we initially discussed, like, is this a Latin thing or not? No, this is not a Latin thing. No, this is not. She's got issues. That's what this is.
I couldn't deal with that, you know, constantly. I don't know who did wrong to her, but somebody wronged her hard because that's crazy.
I want him to ask her that and go, who hurt you so badly?
Right?
Like, what do we do about that? How do we heal that?
Can we get you a counselor? Like something. It's bad.
Yeah.
So then they are back at the hotel room, and Jasmine's mad at him, but then she decides to put a moratorium on it because, you know, she's horny and she does like the sex. So, and then the best part is Gino struggling to find his secret box of third world black market Viagra that he bought from, and he's like, she's like, what are you looking for? And he's like, oh, I just need the charger for my phone. I can't find it. My phone's dying. Like, and he won't get, like, she won't get out of his way. She's like, you know, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I just need the charger. It's in one of the bags. You know, gonna find it any day now. Just, you know, gotta find it. My phone's almost dead. And then she's on the bed, like, laying it. Like, what are you doing? Oh, still looking for the charger. Poor guy couldn't get his, like, you know, his dark Viagra out.
Well, hopefully when she watches the episode, she'll realize it was her fault if it didn't go well that night because he didn't get to take the blue pill. So.
And also, like, he's like, it takes like 3 hours to kick in. Like, I've never
something like that
taken a Viagra, so I have no knowledge. But I would think that wouldn't it just kind of happen right away?
No, he should have taken it before he went to dinner.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I
Why
wouldn't want
does
to
he
be.
need Viagra? Is he scared that he can't get it up because it's been a while since he had sex, or has he always had this, you know, problem with not being able to get it up? So he should have taken it before dinner instead of waiting until you get back to the room. They're trying to take some shit, and the shit's gonna flop around. It ain't gonna work. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
you're totally right. It's like, well, if there's a worry, then just be safe. Like, So nope.
I don't want to take that before dinner. Be sitting with that, like, while I'm trying to eat my steak or something like that. Come on.
He should have taken it before he went downstairs to eat.
I would think it kind of just hits it, like, maybe like 20 minutes.
It has
and,
to
like, you're
work its
ready to
way to your
go. I don't know.
bloodstream, John.
Like eating
It
a
has to
sandwich.
work to the bloodstream. It has to work its way to the bloodstream. You got to get, So, but 2 hours.
Okay.
2
All right.
hours. He even said 3. I'm going to give it 2 hours.
But he's panicking because he can't find them. And she will not let up. So I don't know if he was
actually
successful.
looking for the charger, John. He was trying to torch his
He was
phone.
not looking for no charger. He was looking for them pills. And we all know it. Nobody struggles like that. He wanted them pills like that. That's a fiend right there. He would start sweating. He got like an itch. He's like, hold on, I just need my, come on.
But when she asked him if he was going to take a shower, he said, no, not now. You've been flying for how long? And you don't get in there and take a shower, brush your, and then she wants to cuddle.
I'll tell you why, because here's why. He wanted her to go in the shower. That way he had full access to the bag so he could find them pills that he can't find. So if she's in the shower, he can then go through everything, rip shit apart, get the box of pills, pop a couple, and then...
A couple?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Brooke said 30 minutes. Okay.
I don't know, but like that's it because she was watching him like a hawk. He's like, no, baby, you go in the shower, and like I'll join you because he needed time to find his stash. That's it. That's exactly what happened. I bet my life on it. He was sweating.
Okay.
Like no one loses their crap over a charger like that when you know damn well she probably had a charger out. All right. Like, oh, my charger. Meanwhile, like, they're supposed to have sex for the first time. If that was the love of my life and I was about to have sex for the first time and I just met, the last thing I'd be worrying about is a charger. So what if your phone dies? You're having sex with someone who's your soulmate. Like, who cares if you miss a call or a text? Like, no, that is what happened. He was trying to get his stash, and that was the best way to do it. And she wasn't falling for it. So she stayed on that goddamn bed, and she said, oh, just come cuddle with me. And then he's like, what are you talking about? Ah! Right in her face.
Well, she did say, oh, you're nervous. At some point, it clicked that he was nervous. I was like, well, first there's a camera crew in there. And then there's all these.
And like, that's weird too.
Yeah.
Because like, they're like all up in their grills, like on the bed. So they're like, she's like in the, like,
Oh, God.
I would feel weird.
Oh, the pressure is on him on so many ways that, and then it's on international television.
The pressure's not building anywhere else. It's just on him. It's not building nowhere else. He don't have his help. But you see, he didn't get Viagra from a doctor. So he ordered it from this black market online.
Yeah, from like the dark web.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, he said, when he read, he says 3 hours. So I'm thinking it may be 3 hours, maybe even 6. He might need to take a couple.
Well, it sounds like it's maybe the old school kind, or it's watered down kind, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, she's a professor of literature, so she should be.
She is.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
She is.
Okay, John, but you forgot how she was upset because she was going to give the waitress a tip.
Oh, yes.
But is tipping like done? Like, cause like I know, like in Europe they don't tip, right?
Correct.
So is that done?
He's not in Europe. She says these people will always expect them to do it, so they don't tip them. She said these people.
Oh God! Every time we got like a table of like foreigners, like everyone would run. Nobody wanted that table because you were always gonna get stiffed.
Well, I was looking up. Do they
hear an accent? You scurry. Oh, I gotta go. I got side work to do. Sorry. Go ahead.
I had been looking up, do they tip in Panama or not? And of course I'm hearing both sides, but basically it's saying it's not like Europe in that you're not supposed to tip. It's that you can if you want to, but it's not expected over there. So it's really up to the person, and probably because they have tourism going on, that they understand people do tip, but it's not a thing like here where it's sort of expected that you do tip. So I don't know that it's insulting to tip over there.
Okay, I just looked it up. It says In Panama, tipping is a question of rewarding good service rather than an obligation. So he was right. They had good service and he wanted to reward her. Restaurant bills don't include gratuities, but adding 10% is customary.
Mm-hmm.
It was
So there you
rewarding
go.
good service.
Right. So it's not the obligation, but from her point of view, it's like, yeah, but then for the locals, it makes it more difficult because then they feel obliged to tip, and it causes a problem. So I understand both ways, but it didn't need to be the fight that it was. Like, it was ridiculous because it became about not that. It became
Yep, she
about, and
shouldn't
yet it's
care.
another reason that he must be cheating,
Yeah, like who wants
No,
to live
she.
like that? And this is like your first like time
Yep.
dealing with this, and like already.
Yep, here's the thing for waitresses. Yes, he does. And that woman wasn't paying him no attention at all. None.
I couldn't live like that. I am
He's into
sorry.
people that give him food. That's what the problem is here. So.
Ugh.
April
Anything
said,
else, before?
and he is an American and we tip here. April, where are you from? Oh, here. America. Sorry, that was dumb. Ignore me. It's the pills. And it's not the little blue ones either. I was reading that. I read that wrong.
I mean, it's one thing if you go over there and in that country they don't do it and it's insulting, you shouldn't do it.
Yep, that's different.
But they could have had a conversation about it, not how she handled it was wrong.
I
Oh,
worked
she
as a
stopped listening
bartender
5
and a
minutes
waiter
ago.
for many years, and it sucks not getting tipped. You have no idea. People have no idea how much you have to pay out at the end of the night. And when you don't get a tip and everything's based off sales, it screws you over. You wind up owing money to people when you don't get tipped.
Yep.
Mhm.
I heard that.
Wow.
You get
Johnny
paid like
said, don't forget the rent.
you get paid less than minimum wage. You didn't get paid full minimum wage. You get like half of it. So the only reason
that's
why you
funny,
should never
Prince
tip is if the
Flamingo.
person was the absolute most horrible person on earth, and that's already after you talk to their manager. Because if, oof,
John,
sorry.
look what King Flamingo said.
I'm surprised she doesn't make him wear those things on horses so they can only see what's in.
Look straight ahead. Don't look to the side.
Oh my god! But are we good with them?
Yeah, we're good with them now because she's getting on my nerves already.
All right. Lastly, we're on Caleb and Alina. So I didn't take as many notes because there was like a lot of like translating. So Caleb and Alina. So Caleb finally gets to Turkey where they're meeting, and I think everyone can tell that he is surprised, and not pleasantly, but not like like oh, okay, type of surprise. When he finally meets Alina. So first thing he says is that she's smaller than I had thought, and it's different.
That was embarrassing.
I mean, what do you guys think?
That was horrible. That was embarrassing. That was horrible. I'm sorry, it was.
I mean, it's written all over his face. I mean, you could see it.
Yeah. He definitely didn't know how to pull off not embarrassing her. I mean, I felt so bad for her. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it that he didn't understand how things really are. And I think that's true for anybody you meet in person. They always are going to look to a degree different than through a video or through pictures. I understand that. So there's always that moment of, oh, okay, I get it. This is how you look now. But it's almost like it turned him off the, being taken back from the difference, because he definitely was not being warm and fuzzy and cuddly to her.
No.
It was more like he was thinking out loud about the situation. Well, it's just, it's the size difference and it's this. And so you could see him processing, which, again, international TV, aside from any other issue. And you could see, her bubble was definitely burst there. She had a different experience in her mind that was supposed to happen. So,
Yeah.
I can't tell him, if someone is shocked by whatever, I get it. But as someone who's been on the receiving end of that also, not always, but, sometimes when people see you and they've only, like, I've had where I have been out of the wheelchair and at a table and no one knew I was disabled, which is really fun to be undercover that way because people talk to me in an altogether different manner. And then the second they find out I'm in a wheelchair, then they start zoning in on what's wrong with your hands, all of these things. And some people get into the looking like they just met a monster thing, or trying to look at you like, okay, I've noticed all these things that are different than what I'm used to. So now I have to try and find what's good. And that's the impression I kind of got, that he was trying to rationalize every little step of the way with everything to do with the disability, about the visuals, all of this. Like, he's so tall, she's so short. Well, yeah, what did you expect? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Have you not seen any other pictures of this woman at all, ever in 13 years?
Okay, so let me tell you, I sent Caleb a message, right? John, I think I sent you a copy of it about the hotel. And he responded to me. He says, I said, great episode last night. Love your parents. Question, why didn't you get a hotel with an elevator? He comes back.
Okay, I'm kind of on his side on this one. And just for me, and not that I'm on his side, but I don't think he's like the worst person on earth, because of it. Because, first of all, like me, I would assume that but I grew up like in like the city and the suburbs. So like if I'm going to call out, I would assume that they would have an elevator. And then, it's like he said on the show, and I said this last night, that thinking that stuff probably isn't that the first thing that comes to your mind. And it should be a priority when you're right. So I just think, did he screw up absolutely, but maybe it's, not as big as a screw up.
I guess, but here's the thing. What did he say about this when he answered you, Heidi?
Okay, he asked me, he said, in Turkey, basically, unlike the U.S., he said they don't need to have legally required disability access. They are not legally obliged to have those in the hotels like it is here in the United States. And I went back and I said, no, that's not true. He said, well, how many hotels did you visit? And how many has elevators? They aren't as common as you would think. I said, I stayed at the hotel in the airport and it had an elevator. Then he goes, well, I can't talk about the show details until after it airs. So ask me next week. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm asking him, how did you see how difficult this was for her?
Well, I would guess the question also would be, how many hotels did you contact and ask
about? That's what I'm asking right now. How many hotels did you contact?
Because also, I mean, okay, let me be very fair here. As much as when those scenes were happening about the lack of elevator, naturally, emotionally, there's a part of me that's really annoyed by this. And like, how could you not even think about this? But if I'm fair, someone able-bodied that does not live this lifestyle, does not understand what you go through all the time, has no clue what you're actually dealing with. So they're not on the look of, like, when I'm outside, half the time I'm looking down like this because I'm looking to avoid dog shit. Sorry. I'm always looking for the curb cuts. I'm always constantly like the Terminator, just trying to size up different entrances and exits. And it's a thing I'm always doing every single second. If you're able-bodied, you're not even thinking about that. So why would he even think about it? And especially if he...
Can I just throw something on top of that? Like when we were getting married, right? Me and Cody, we had 10 bridesmaids. and we didn't realize that about money about hair and makeup, because like we never think about hair and makeup, and we wanted to take care of everybody, and they were like, oh my god, we have 10 bridesmaids, and but it's like our responsibility, and then it's like hair and makeup. And me and Cody were like, how can we not even think of that? Because it's just something we don't ever think about. Like hair, like, we got our tuxes and like, that's it. We really, but girls have, so that's kind of like my logic in that like maybe he's not the worst because it's something that.
No, that doesn't make him the worst. That means he's uneducated. That's what that makes him. He's inexperienced in this. Why would he have this experience? Like if he grew up with a sister who was in a wheelchair, you would expect him to know something. But also, she's young, but she may not have the experience to know that this is something you actually have to overly explain to somebody.
Yeah.
Because when I call up places and I go, hey, are you wheelchair accessible? They'll either tell me yes or no. And I know that this means there's a few more questions, even if they tell me yes. Because if they say yes, my next question is, do you have any stairs? And then half the time they go, oh, well, yeah, we do. I'm like, but you said you're wheelchair accessible. And they're like, well, our bathroom is. And I'm like, I'm not coming there to use the bathroom. I'm coming there to eat food. So can I get in? And so that's the thing is you have to teach someone, because why would you want to go to another country and not be able to manage it all and turn your first date into how to help me? But she doesn't have that experience yet in life of, oh, I actually do need to tell this main staple point about the hotel room. It's a thing. So there's learning on both sides. It's an evolution. It has to happen. It usually happens the hard way.
What I did in the airport. Okay. What's that? In the airport, when he said
Heidi, is that you?
No, that's your thing doing that. In the airport, when he said that he was getting tired, his arms were getting tired from pushing her and carrying the luggage. What happened to her friend that took her to the airport? I thought he was pretty rude when he said that. That didn't make her feel all warm and fuzzy. First, you said that you said that she's shorter than you expected, and then you complained about pushing her wheelchair.
And then he spun her around. He let go of her. She spun out.
Yes, I mean, are you making her feel that you're happy to see her?
No. And then he asked, "Oh, well, what can you pick up? Like, obviously you're supposed to help me."
What?
No, he did not have good responses. He did not have good.
Imagine if Elijah didn't come.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would have been horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, should the friend have come back to the airport to help them carry the stuff? Yeah, I think they, should have had their moment, and then she should have texted him, called him, and said, "Hey, come on back. We need some help."
Yeah.
But
that would have been apropos, I think.
Yeah, personally, this is how I think all of this should have gone down. If it was me, I would have been like, okay, I'm going to stay in my friend's room. You're going to stay in our room. And he's going to help me with stuff. We're going to start dating initially and meeting each other. And then as opposed to it starts off 100% that you are helping me with everything. And we didn't even meet ever before.
Right. Because
it really should start off as dating would under any circumstances, instead of, oh, and you have to help me to the bathroom. You have to, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's what comes with the whole deal, but I think, started off in doses. This way, she's not being put in a constant position of feeling bad. Well, he seems to be someone that processes out loud, which is bad in this circumstance.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. And so does April. I think everybody else does too. Heidi, what do you think? Oh, God.
I just think the whole thing, he was insensitive all around. I'm sure she told you how tall she was. You knew she was in a wheelchair. She explained to you before you got there about the assistance that she was going to need. This is nothing he did not know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way he put her on the bed, like it was embarrassing. what's that? Why is, then he puts her in the bed, then he walks off. She's feeling, she didn't feel, I feel bad for, I really feel bad for her. She's built this relationship up in her head and what she expected to happen. And then when it doesn't happen, and now she's asking herself, is it something about her? Because she's a very confident person, but he's, to me, and no pun, he's belittling everything about her to me.
Yeah, you're very right. I mean, he didn't do anything to emotionally comfort her and say, it's just an adjustment I'm going through. Please forgive me for that. There was nothing like that. It was all about him. So, and then he leaves her on the bed as he goes to take a shower.
Yes.
I'm like, dude.
He leaves her there. And then, he's tired. I get it. He's tired. I understand. But at least cuddle with her, hug her, do something. The only hug he gave her was in the airport, and then he picked her up and carried her up the stairs. Yeah, and and I'm telling you why he did it. It was out of sheer frustration because she was complaining, and he just wanted to get her up in the room so she can be quiet. And that was out of frustration. It wasn't because of caring. And that's what I saw.
Yeah.
No, he did it just to you could just tell. I think that he's he realized he didn't know what he got himself into, and he's trying to not be outright rude and mean, and he's probably trying to process it the best he can. Well, but which is, I kind of feel bad for him too, because but not as much. I feel worse for Alina, but I just, and he's also in Turkey, it's all these new things. And I don't know, you could see that he's just, he's
frustrated.
Doing his best.
Yeah. And there's, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with how he's feeling in this brand new experience that he's having, but it's how he's acting and what he's saying to her and around her. That's where the problem is. Keep it inside your head. Do what you got to do. Process it. He's not handling it well where she's concerned, and he's not caring about how she might feel about what he's saying. Especially it's not like she made it any secret that she was worried about this.
Yep. And then I think he used the excuse of her friend actually sleeping in that bed as a way of him to, to justify that attitude.
Yeah.
And he was grateful. He's like, I'm so happy that Elijah is here, because he said that, it was a good move. And then now Elijah seems to be like the pot stirrer. He's gonna be like the Shannon Beador, and just stir it all up.
Well, it's weird that he slept here. Well, where did you expect him to sleep? What do you expect the situation was going to be?
Well, Elijah did have a room, but I get it. He stayed with her to help her, but he could have helped her get ready for bed and everything, and helped her in the bed, or helped her get in the bed, and then came back in that morning.
No, because you don't know if she needs help in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know what her actual situation is.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. That's true.
So no, that's why already I knew that's why he was going to stay there. She may not be able to be alone. And if you think about it, that room is dangerous for her. If there was, God forbid, a fire, how is she getting out quickly? She has to jump off a cliff as high as she is.
Yep, and if she can't go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because she can't get off the bed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So that's why he was there. So, and that's, that's part of the situation that this guy's got to get. Her environment makes a big difference. And if it's not set up the way she needs to, he has to compensate for that. And he needs to be cool about it.
He should be looking for another hotel with an elevator.
That's what yes, you're right. He should be that should be part of his job right now, is let's get a different hotel. And I wonder if he's going to do that or not. So, because I can't believe that there's not one. I don't know.
That's what I don't believe either. I'm like, is there really no
one? There are several.
It is what it is.
I mean, the older buildings, yes, you're going to have a problem. Just like when you guys were here, you saw yours was not like I couldn't come and visit you at the room. There was like a flight of stairs to get into the hotel.
Yeah.
But that's an older building, and they're not allowed with older buildings in New York, for example. They're not allowed.
His grandfather,
Yes, yeah. So, not everything's going to be able to be accessible, and that okay, fine. you know, but that doesn't mean that he can't make an effort to do something to help the situation out. At least
Right.
be very nice to her. Like, you know.
Yeah, you could just been nicer to her, and she's expecting like a kiss or something, because she put it out there. Now I just it's not a great situation.
No, the way he's like, okay, look, when he was like, look, I get it, you want to kiss, but it's just my head, and it's like,
I'm
you couldn't have
tired.
you couldn't have just cuddle kissed her on the cheek. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna figure this out. None of
That's
that.
too much like doing the right thing.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. My bad.
It's
So what
about
if he
Paula.
just said to her, like, listen, I think that we just need to be friends because this isn't what I thought it was
That's
going to
fine.
be. Would that have been a better approach?
Well,
Because I feel like
don't-
even if he cuddle kissed like that, then that would have been like leading her on more. You know
but
what I
he
mean?
did say, "Do you think I came all this way just to be friends?"
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And
he
he's
just
never slept with a
needs
little
to process.
person. Yep, he's never slept with a little person. That's been a notch on his belt.
Heidi.
I mean, you have to hope
serious.
that he's. Well, you have to hope that he's not someone that fetishizes people. I mean, or what is his view on all of that? This is what all of this stuff has to get figured out. But it's the fact that he's processing in front of her and he's not making it
And
that
with
it's
a
us.
film crew, too.
What?
And like with a crew, it's
Right.
not just like
Oh yeah, this is true. It's like, how humiliating. Instead of making it us against the situation and we're going to get through the situation together and help each other figure it out, he wasn't approaching it that way. He was kind of playing a victim card. Like, oh, I have to push, my arm's tired, and it's like, but you were running around like Mr. Workout guy, and you can't do that.
After
Yeah,
all,
the
he
arm
did win
tie
that
was a bit of
fitness
a stretch.
competition. Yep, I mean, he did place in that physique competition,
Yeah.
the best shape he was ever in.
Yeah, it's about his attitude, because sure, do your muscles feel strained when you're working out, but you're like, yes, I'm going to achieve, an award or, win in this competition. And you're thinking positively about it. And then he's like all defeated about pushing a wheelchair and some luggage. It's like, come on.
His luggage fell. He was like, well, that just fall anywhere you want to. I was like, oh, he is frustrated. I said, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
He was mad, and like it was like he was doing his best to mask it, but you could like
he was mad because, and I'm telling you, because she's smaller than what he thought. That's what he's mad about. He knew she was in a wheelchair. He knew she was a little person. He wasn't expecting what he saw. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, all he had to do was look on any bit of social media, anything. It's not like she's hiding it. And all he had to do, I'm sure at some point over 13 years, he asked, hey, how tall are you? And then he could have taken a tape measure next to his leg. And you know what I mean? Like, I get it that in person, yes, it's going to feel different. I understand that. But he didn't have to humiliate her.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And she was trying to really keep such a brave face and a good attitude about it. Like, she really is trying to be understanding about his feelings.
Yeah. Even on a car ride to the hotel with them badass steps, she had to come all the way down. And then, come on now.
Yeah.
She was still trying to be positive.
Mm-hmm. And she's also trying to educate him, which, is something you have to do. And she's trying to do it nicely, but just be straightforward about it. And he's not even appreciating that. I got the vibe that he was looking at it as complaining. It's like, no, she's explaining. She's not complaining. She's explaining stuff that you actually need to know. And there is a difference, and a lot of people don't take it that way.
And don't forget, we're also watching Before the 90 Days, which has the dead last worst success rate of couples lasting.
I don't think any of them are gonna last. None of them are gonna last.
This is more like auditioning to be like, stupid on the show, and then using the show as like a stepping stone. Because Before the 90, the earlier couples made it. Well, Paul and Carini. Rachel and John did good.
Yes.
And who else? Angela, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
and
Russ and
Russ and Powell.
would they be
no, they were
40
they
90
were they were on
days?
the original show.
Okay, they
Rebecca
were
and
getting
Zied were on before 90 though.
oh
So
God. If she gets any more surgery, she gonna look like Madam too. Jesus. Sorry.
I always see her like in the middle of the night, like on an infomercial now.
Oh, the weight
Rebecca.
loss one.
Yeah, and it's like Rebecca from 90 Day Fiance. Like she's like the Oprah of the show. She's like, "Hi, I'm Rebecca from 90 Day
Because she
Fiance."
got fired from her fast food place. So
Joella.
What infomercial? I haven't seen this.
Oh, you never? It's always like on some infomercial at like 5 a.m. Like when you know like pretty like nothing on TV but the infomercials, and that's when
Okay.
you'll see Rebecca.
yeah, and you see her.
I'm like, oh look, it's
I mean,
Rebecca
good
again.
for her.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're not joking. This is actually.
No, I'm not.
That's
No,
serious.
it's a heart
I'm
attack.
serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
John goes,
Okay.
look at who it is. And I looked and I said, oh, I've seen that commercial. And he goes,
And she's like all sad.
It's Rebecca. And I said, I know it's Rebecca. I know. And he goes, I can't believe that.
I
I'm
guess
like,
you gotta pay for that car she bought Ziad some kind of way.
Oh, it's so annoying. It's like I don't like her, and I don't like her infomercial. And
I don't like
she's
her
like,
at
you know,
all.
she really thinks she's like the queen of 90 Day. It's Rebecca from 90 Day Fiance. You know, like
I
she's
keep
fucking Crystal Carrington. Like, you know, who are you, bitch? Like that's why I don't like it. So,
Rebecca.
you know, you are not Julia Sugarbaker. So just calm it down, Rebecca. Anywho, I think we're good. I think, yeah.
Heidi,
An
you're
hour.
muted.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Did I
Yes,
freeze?
I hear you.
Okay.
Okay. No, are we good? Because we're in an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. Imagine if we did this whole thing last night. It would have been like a 4-hour mega live.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm good. I'm
good.
Everybody's good.
Everybody's good.
All right. I'll see you
All right.
guys
Thank
later.
you
Love
both.
you guys.
Thank you guys in the chat. And then I'll do an after show. So it's 10:40. Give me like
Okay, hold on.
10 after 11.
All right.
That's like a
Talk to you
minute.
guys later. Bye.
A half hour. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody. Heidi already took off. We're still live.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Look at Heidi. We're still live.
Like I said,
Look at Heidi taking the Irish exit. Look, she couldn't wait to get out. She's like, peace, y'all. I'm out. Look.
I gotta get ready for the
All right. I just wanted to make fun of Heidi real quick. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little bit on the after show. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.